I just start the recording, then you can just start when you're ready lah.
Sorry?
I start the recording first, and then you can start when you're ready.
I'm ready. So what? You have to wait for one more guy, person?
No.
Not necessary.
I will sit in later as well. I will join you.
Okay. Okay, good morning ladies. Nice to see, to have a class full of ladies. Most of the time I have is a lot of guys. So this is first time all ladies. So today we are talking about introduction to occupational safety and health. How many of you know anything about safety and health? Any idea about safety and health? No idea. Takkan zero safe. How many of you drive car? One me. Two. So it's basically, it's just like driving a car, alright? If a car is at home, inside your car porch, is it dangerous? No, is it? It's not moving, it's not dangerous. So what makes the car dangerous? Yes, good. The driver make the car dangerous. Alright? Why the driver make the car dangerous? Sometimes you want to rush. Right? Sometimes you are sleepy. And next thing is, sometimes you get angry. When people cut you, you say, wow, this person cut me, I want to cut her back. Sometimes nervous. See? So, human factor is always included in safety. Alright? That is the most important thing that you need to know. It's always human factor. The engine, the machine, the car is not dangerous. But when you run the car, then it becomes dangerous. Right? So, for me, my name is Teo Cheng Wan. I've been in safety and health from about 30 years already. I have involved with a lot of firefighting companies. I specialize in emergency response. Safety, but specialized in emergency response. So emergency response, people ask me, what you do? So emergency response include first aid, major chemical spill, major fire, building inspection, all that is under me, but under safety, right? So, what else do you think you need to know about me? Of course, I'm old already, don't ask me whether I'm married or not. Okay, so I need you to introduce yourself. You can start with the right behind lady. What is your name? Okay. You're all from the same company, right? So very good. Then the next question is, what is your work experience? What do you do? Okay, good. Some more. What is your objective to come for this training? Forced to come. Alright, good. Next person. Yenny, okay. Alright.
Good morning all. My name is Catherine. I'm from Unitech.
Unitech, okay.
And as a clerk, and work experience just 1 year.
Okay.
And I take it to come here for learning more safety knowledge.
Alright, good. Yes.
Chaiwan. I come from Hong Kong Metal Finishing and
Come again?
Hong Kong Metal Finishing and
Hong Metal. Hong Kong Metal.
Hong Kong.
Okay, metal. Doing what?
Metal finishing.
Metal finishing. That's dangerous industry, yeah? Okay.
Position as a clerk.
16 years. Alright, very good. Very senior person. we cannot say long or old, very sensitive, so we say senior person. Alright, it's
I'm sitting up for express point. My financial business account executive for experience around 6 years. Objective to increase more awareness about safety and health.
okay, good. So basically what everybody come here to do is to find out more about safety and health. The next question is, when you go back to your own industry, then you should be able to identify certain hazard. Hazard means dangers that will be associated with your industry. Right? Don't tell me the office is very safe. Later I will show you what am I talking about, right? So what is your learning style? Before we even start to learn, we want to know what is your learning style. The learning style, I already give you from page 1 to page 3. It is 12 questionnaire. Answer truthfully, because this one don't carry any mark. I don't need to see your paper, but I need to know which category you fall into. When some people, they read, they can understand. Some people, you ask them to read, they say, "Ayo, so sleepy. I read the first page, cannot finish, I go and sleep already." Some people like to do and then they can remember. Some people like to see and they can remember. So which one are you? Okay, I give you 3 minutes. You just do, then after that I will ask you another question. You can write that inside there because it's for you. Okay, so at the end of it, you total how many you score at the last page. The last page you total up which column you score the highest. Okay, this is the last page here. Now you total up which one is the highest score. Which the highest and which is the second highest. Yeah, you can put it here. Okay, ready? Anybody finish? Anybody finish ready? Okay, what's your score? Which is the highest? So visual and auditory. That means what you need to do is sit in the classroom, you look and listen, right? So that is where we are looking at. That means by the end of today, you should be able to learn something. Okay. Auditory, that means you listen and you are very hands-on. That means when you do it, then you can find. Sometimes what you do is you don't read the manual also. You say, come, let's do. After do got problem, then only you go to the manual, right? Got like that? Yes. See? So these are the examples that we can pick up. So which means most of you will listen and then do it. Most of us don't read that much. If you go to Europe, you put the same test, then a lot of people will fall into here. They read or they look. Right? So basically yours is Miss what already? Your mark highest is either visual. Okay. Oh, can see things one, huh? Okay, the objective. Before we even start, we need to know what is our objective. That's why just now I asked you what is your objective. So one is to understand your fundamental right. What is the meaning of fundamental? That means your basic right on safety. All of us come here to work, but not come here to endanger ourselves, right? So what is your right as an employee to be safe? Then how to improve and to protect you and your co-workers, that means your colleagues, all that. How can we protect? Is it safety officer's job or is it everybody's job? So the final question is, can we comply? Comply means can we follow the law? This safety, what they call safety and health, occupational safety and health, it will have many components, that means many parts which link into one. So we need to comply with the law, right? So at the end of the day, at the end of this training, what you need to know is here, global harmony system. Global harmony system meaning our safety standard and the world safety standard anywhere in the world you go is the same. That's why our global harmony system is applied, right? Why we need to do that? Very simple. Red light, traffic light, red, what you do? Stop. Orange, press, or they call the petrol, press the accelerator, go faster. Actually, it's ready to stop, right? But the same thing happen in, you go to Taiwan, you go to US, you go to anywhere, same thing, red light, stop, right? Why don't Taiwan put blue light, US put purple light, can or not?
What is the standardized?
Yes, correct. So the global harmony system. Alright? So number 2, you must be able to identify at least 2 types of hazard. After we will be talking about a lot of hazard. If you cannot identify 2 types of hazard, then we continue the class again tomorrow. Right? So what we will be talking about today will be what is safety all about. Then we are talking about the history. Then we are talking about the philosophy and principles behind safety and health. Why do we need philosophy? Why do we need principles? And then we talk about injury, occupational injury. Then this is the most important topic, hazard. How to identify hazard. Hazard is danger. So how you identify these dangers? And then we are talking about class 2013. What is class? Later we will go into what is the meaning of class. And then what is the PPE you need to use. Right? So all of us come to work actually for what? For income. Those who are married, for the family. Some work, give parents money, right? All of us work for something, right? The first thing we start to work when we finish school, first thing we work is because I want income. Then I want to buy things for myself. Subsequently, say, "Oi, I want to get married." Subsequently, I need to feed my wife. Then go on some more. Now I got children. So your scope of responsibility expand, right? Sometimes when I'm still a bachelor, I work a little bit. I give my mother, you cannot, wanted, cannot, 1/4 can lah. No, these are the things we are talking about. So we are all earning money for ourselves and somebody else. So that is what we are talking about, right? We're not talking about one person get hurt. One person get hurt, the whole family get hurt, right? So you must understand that. So what is occupational safety? What is it all about? So people always say, occupational safety is talk about safety. Yeah. Define what is safety all about. Right? What does safety means to you? We want to ask that question. Is it important? I need to know about safety. Work 16 years, nothing happened to me. Right? So why should I worry? When I go to small industries, especially the older generation like me and older, Hey, I work here 30 years, nothing happened to me. Ma. Then you come in, you say, I need this, I need that, I need PPE. Why? Alright? So sometimes we forget that we are what we are trying to do is prevention. Alright? Prevent. If things never happen, fine, it's good. But if things happen, then where are we going? What are we going to do? Just now you see the video is loss of one arm. At least he can do another job, lah, right? What if he dies? The wife is a housewife, right? So we look at that angle. We're not looking at the person who died. The person who died is already dead, but the person who's alive, depending on the dead person. Then what happened to? Okay, this one is a since there's 5 of you, so 3 here and 2 here. What you're going to do is, when I play the video, you look at it and you see what kind of hazard there is, or the dangers there is. Alright, when the video is finished, tell me what is the dangers that you can see. Alright?
And for those who are asking, people will company.
Okay, so there is 3 stories down there. So the first story is, what kind of danger can you see? The guy climbing the staircase, right? Okay, when the guy climbing the staircase, what do you see?
A lot of things on
Yes, a lot of toys, right, at the staircase. So that falls under housekeeping problem. right? But we are looking it at home. That means either the mother too tired or the children so bad they everything all out there, right? Then number 2 is carrying 2 boxes, too heavy. Even if you carry a box, it's light, but it should not block your vision, right? So that's what we are looking at. So the next one is regarding what? Party. What you call climb the ladder, right? So when climb the ladder, he didn't open the ladder properly. He just put it and try to climb. Ladder, either you put the leg properly and get someone to hold, then you climb, right? So these are the things that a lot of people overlook at home, and a lot of people, especially older people, fall because of this. When they fall, then what happen? Cannot walk all like me, right? But I is fall not because of ladder, fall because of something else, right? Then the next question is, they will have a party. When they have a party, plug cannot fit in together. Open up, just to the wire can do work already. So these are all the dangers that sometimes we didn't notice, but it happened. Right? So what is occupational safety and health? Now only we come to occupational safety and health. First thing we're talking about is what? Promotion and maintenance. What is the meaning of promotion and maintenance? Promotion, buy one free one. Betul?
Raise awareness.
Yes, good. Raise awareness. Raise awareness. That means before your company can introduce safety and health department or safety and health person concerned, you must do promotion first. Like now, your company send you to promote what is safety and health. Then later on you go and say, hey, I think we may need it or we don't need it. But you must remember, now any company like yours, metal box is under industry, right? So you have 5 employees, more. Do you have safety coordinator? Yes, no? Safety coordinator. This is the new law that is passed last year June by the government. If you have more than 5 employees or more in SMI, you need a safety coordinator. So the safety coordinator can do 2 jobs at one time, besides doing maybe clerical work and safety coordinator, or clerical work and supervisor, or something like that. Still can be done, right? If you don't do it, what happens? If the government find out, they go, they inspect. First time they give you warning. Second time, they give you minimum fine, maybe 20,000. Third one, they give you maximum fine, 50,000 and maybe 2 years jail. It's like that, right? So you must know that this promotion means that introduce you to something new. Alright? And then if this one is promotion is to introduce. But if you already have safety team inside there, then it is a maintenance. Make sure it is working properly. Right? And then for what reason? For mental health and social well-being. The reason is for your safety, so you go to work, you don't need to say, you go to work every day so risky. Why am I doing this job? Not everybody wants to do a risky job, right? And then social well-being. When you got so much pressure, every time so scared to do your work, will you work well? You won't work well. So your productivity drop. The company also lose money. So that's what we are looking at. Then we are looking at prevention. All these occupational safety items is looking at to prevent you from getting injured. Alright? No, we are not doctors. Doctors are different. You get injured first, then I cure you. Right? You fall sick, you come and see me, I give you obat. But safety people are different. Before you get sick, I make sure that these are the things you need to follow. Right? That means we are trying to reduce your risk. Right? Again, protection. To protect workers from what? Employment risk. So just now we are talking about physical, mental well-being, then you repeat again into risk. That means how dangerous is your working place. When they do the metal box, they do a lot of cutting, they got a lot of sharp edges. So are your workers using gloves to protect themselves when they carry tools and they are doing the cutting? The next question is, what type of glove they are using? These are also important. And then we are looking at environment. Why we need to look at environment? Why are we using this type of aircon? That means the blower is behind, centralized, that means go from one duct to another place, right? It travels throughout the office. So this is called environment. Right? So all the ducting is only one. That means from here, run there, go to another place, is all one ducting by itself. Is it good or is it bad? Short term, 10 years, 15 years is good. But long term, after 15 years, we don't know. Why we don't know? Just imagine this water bottle. One time we use, we throw, right? If we continue to use again and again without washing, what happens? Dirty, right? Especially the mouth here will be dirty. Then later inside, if you put your finger in, it will be like moldy, right? So same thing will be happening in the ducting system, and that will become occupational disease. So short term is okay, long term we don't know. Then we call it a building. The whole building is called building sickness, right? And then how we adapt work to human. Like now, most of you are doing admin. Last time you used typewriter. Whose time typewriter? I think her time was typewriter. Typewriter. Your time was typewriter. No more already. Okay. My father's time is typewriter. Alright? Then later on they go to word processor. After word processor, then they come up with computers. Computers they come also starting is what? DOS. Heard of DOS system? Aha. All of you know Microsoft only lah, right? So you see, look at the flow of the work and the computer from typewriter to DOS system, from DOS system to Microsoft system, all that. This is called adaptation to work. Right? Same thing like car. Last time all cars are manual. Then somebody said, hey, why not we do automatic cars? So then suddenly say, oh, everybody can use automatic cars. Right? Motivating factor. Why does your company send you for this type of courses? Why does the company need to send you to learn about safety? First thing we are looking at humanitarian. Humanitarian, I think it's inside there. Huh? What? So humanitarian. Humanitarian, that means we want to take care of other human beings. This obligation, that means what you call like you give donation. Why you need to give donation? You don't give can, right? Yeah, right? But you give is out of obligation. That means you want to support them morally, which is sometimes debatable. That means you can argue about this. Then financial reason. Financial reason, that means when accident happen, how much money it costs. Right? In some companies only involve the worker. So that's why you see in construction company, a lot of people nowadays, Malaysian don't want to work. Why? No insurance. Dangerous work. Dirty work. We call it 3D, dangerous, dirty, all that. Right? It's okay, but why people don't know? No insurance coverage. Any accident happen, who want to feed my family? Right? So this is the financial reason on my personal level. But for company level, if you talk about oil and gas, one time one fire happened, they have to shut down at least, they will close the manufacturing area for at least 1 week. One day they lose about 2.5 million Malaysian money. So 1 week, how much they lost? So we are talking about financial. And then of course, again, some big companies, when we talk about oil and gas, you heard, no? Oil and gas, wow, safety standard very, very strict. What? No. So try to expose yourself to other industry, then you will listen to safety, oil and gas safety very strict. Little bit also cannot compromise. Why cannot compromise? Because in that type of industry, any accident, that means fatality, death, right? Explosion. The fire is not small fire. It's 30 feet, 40 feet fire. Have you saw the what you call Titan chemical fire last 2-3 months ago? In the Facebook, for everybody showing? No. The fire killed how many people? 6 people. Very little. How many people injured? Bangladesh. Bangladesh, the skin what color? Dark color, right? After the fire, the chemical fire become white. What happened? No. Still, you can still see the skin. What do you call the body? No bones. You cannot see the bone, but the skin become white. Yes. So what type of chemical is that? It's chlorine. Chlorine. So these are the things that happen, right? Then of course, when we talk about moral obligation, this and that, the government has been talking about this type of thing for a very long time. We kena simpati dengan manusia lain, but some businessmen, they don't care. There are businessmen who really don't care, right? All I'm interested is I make money, you die your business. That's where legal requirements come in. Legal requirements say, like just now I told you, you need occupational health coordinator. First time you don't do, I give you a letter to comply within 14 days, 30 days. When after the 30 days I come, you still don't have, you still buat bodoh, what I do? First saman, small amount. Second saman, masuk jail. So no choice, because why? Otherwise everybody don't want to do, then what happen? The law doesn't work, right? Same thing, you langgar traffic light, first time saman, second time saman, third time Gantung lesen, right? So why we want to gantung lesen? Because some people are very stubborn. So safety and health is not only a requirement, it's not only a law. Safety and health is also a culture. Culture to know that why safety is important. Just like we celebrate Chinese New Year. Why we need to celebrate Chinese New Year? Don't celebrate, can or not? Can, man. Cannot. You very sensitive because all Chinese girls say I say Chinese New Year don't celebrate or everybody keep quiet. Can, isn't it? But why we want to develop this culture is to make sure that everybody is safe. So there is 11 ways to boost your safety culture here. When you go back to your industry, you will see you don't have to write because I think I give you a insert saying the safety culture 11. This side. Yeah, this one. Yeah. This one. Yes. This is on the video. Yes, this is the video.
Ways to boost your health and safety culture. Promoting a strong health and safety culture is not rocket science, but it takes time, effort, and resources. The overall culture in a company has a tremendous effect on the health and safety performance of employees. Culture is a notoriously tricky concept to pin down and fully understand. The health and safety culture of an organization is the sum of group values, attitudes, perceptions, competencies, and behavioral patterns. These together determine the commitment to, and the style of, health and safety management. Some warning signs you need to be careful of include: there is little demonstrated commitment to health and safety from senior management. There's a natural tendency to rationalize shortcuts when under pressure, especially when nothing bad happens. Risk assessment is just another job to be done, and therefore lacks proper risk conceptualization. Employees are not aware of, or don't understand, the organization's safety policy. Accidents are blamed on individuals. If you had been in an accident but knew you'd get in trouble, would you report it? Signs you've got a strong health and safety culture. Senior managers are on the health and safety board and show commitment and care for all health and safety concerns. Employees feel confident reporting accidents, and when there's been a near miss, there's an environment that encourages openness and safety. Employees challenge deviation, and it's encouraged to follow health and safety protocol. There is visible evidence that the organization is investing in health and safety. When a concern is raised, action is always taken. 11 ways to boost your health and safety culture. Number 1, put safety first and mean it. Encourage employees to speak up through a few different channels. Number 2, make sure the manager is on the floor regularly and chatting to employees. The familiarity encourages two-way communication. Number 3, when new employees start, give them a proper safety induction. Number 4, set the rules, then stick to them. Normalization of deviation can sneak up on you. Number 5, recognize safe behavior. Positive reinforcement is essential in building safe habits. Number 6, never blame the employees. Learn from accidents and near misses, but never blame the employees. Number 7, build safety into the daily to-dos. Make sure employees have the time and resources that they need to carry out their work in a safe manner. Number 8, introduce toolbox talks. A toolbox talk is a short, informal discussion that focuses on a specific safety issue. Number 9, make a health and safety notice board. Split it into news, thoughts, feedback, and whatever else you think should be on there. Number 10, make sure that there are people from all levels of seniority on the health and safety board. This way you make sure that all concerns and risks are covered. Number 11, make sure your safety training is interesting. No more training sessions that almost bore people to death. They're pretty useless. Your training needs to be engaging and encouraging to make sure the attendees remember what they've learned. Your health and safety culture will be unique to your organization, but with commitment and a focus on continuing improvement, you will find what works for you.
So the most important thing is in safety is we identify what is the weaknesses. Yes, people make mistake, but if everybody make mistake, we say you make mistake, you should be punished. You should that. When you keep only you, it becomes negative. Alright? When we work in an environment, it should be a positive environment. But of course, like you say, some people will say, we got 100% safe, positive environment. True. But make it as positive as you can. Everybody come to work for what? Money. Any of you get up in the morning and say, today I want to go to work and make enemy. No, right? Nobody says that. Today I want to come to work and make enemy. Nobody says that. Everybody says, I want to come and work, find money. And the most you get up and say, you so lazy today. Right? But you never say about making enemies. So we look at safety destination. The minimum requirement for the some industry we are looking at is at the bottom here, safety coordinator. Right? So safety coordinator, you look at the you can look at the slide here, right? Because I explained through the slides better. Companies having more than 5 workers, effective June 2024. Right? Then, if you have construction company, below 20 million, you have safety site supervisor. Above 20 million, you have safety officer. So what is the requirement? Yellow go, green go. Then after that, you have executive, safety manager, safety advisor, all that. This is tier 1 companies. Tier 1 companies, that means very large companies like Petron, Oil and Gas, Petronas. They have all this level, and they have specialists also. So like myself, I'm a specialist in safety department, but under fire safety. But the basic safety, I still must know. I must still pass the certification. So these are the basic structure. So now the government asks you the last one, the smallest one, not the biggest one. The rest of it, don't talk about it, it's very expensive, especially from safety officer itself. Outside market, safety officer is about starting pay of 4,000 and above. Now, I'm not too sure, maybe 4,500 and above. Right? But for oil and gas, we start with this area. Specialists. Starting pay is about 8,000. That's why now, especially if you look at some Facebook, I don't know what kind of Facebook you will see, but if you look at LinkedIn, especially oil and gas side, everybody want to go in. Because why? Pay very good, right? So the difference, before we even go further, what kind of symptom we are looking at. The symptom here is one, we call it acute, another one we call it chronic. Acute, that means this is something dirty. I drink the water. 2 hours later, I fall sick. Nausea, all this. That's called acute. Or sometimes I drink, straight away I fall sick. That's called acute symptom. Right here. Develop very quickly. That means almost immediately. In some cases like gas industry, it's almost immediately. You breathe in the gas, within 20 seconds you drop and die. So that's called acute. Then the next thing we're looking at is chronic. Chronic, that means I hold the thing, it's contaminated, it's dirty. Then I didn't wash my hand properly, I go and makan. I won't fall sick today. I won't fall sick tomorrow, but 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. Like helmet, right? The helmet is made from fiberglass. So the helmet, you work in the helmet company as an operator, you breathe in the dust. Will it affect you immediately? No. It will affect you 20 years from now. You have cancer of the lung. Why you have cancer of the lung? Because the dust goes in. And fiberglass dust is just like fishing hook. You know fishing hook? You go fishing, the hook is like that on all the J type one. So it will get stuck there. It will get stuck in your lungs, then you start to get a lot of lung problem. So that's why you see I just pick up the word, then I explain to you. I don't even want to read the word. Alright? Because what? I read the word, you're so boring, right? So we are looking at the fishbone theory. Now this one I consider group A, this one I consider group B. Each appoint one leader. Alright? One leader gave me 4 answers. What of the good safety culture? This side also gave me 4 answers. What is safety culture? What are the elements of good safety culture? I give you 1 minute. First appoint the leader first lah. Can you remember? Huh? No need to Google. Yeah, I give you already ma. So what is the answer? First is what? Now, team A. First one is what? Huh? Safety first. Okay. Number 2. Don't point finger, right? But number 3. Safety introduction, safety induction, safety training. Some more? Yes, two-way communication. Set the rules. Set the rules. That means you must have procedures. When you say set the rules, that means okay, everybody have a computer, right? So the procedure is very simple. The power extension cord that we give you, you cannot have more than 3 electrical items at one time. So everybody must follow. That procedure become your rule, right? Why you don't want to put more than 3 items at one extension? Yes, too much current flow to one single place. So what is the hazard? Fire, right? It can cause fire because of current overload, right? If the current overload, it cause fire, you will have your computer rosak, all that. That is one thing. That's what we call property loss. We don't want life loss, right? So those are the things that you need to set. Then when you set the rule, that means everybody must follow the same rule, right? You don't say, oh, boss can do different employee deferred, no such thing. So it must be from top to bottom, all the same standard, right? The bosses is still human, right? It's the same thing. Because like for us last time is very simple. I got a lady boss in construction. I got a lady boss. She will come in, but she use pants lah. Use pants, go in with the what, flat foot shoe, a very nice shoe. I tell my safety officer, give her a helmet to wear. So we can get a new helmet, she wear. After that, in the meeting, I ask her, Madam, what's your shoe size? And she look at me, well, you don't know my shoe size. I'm going to get you a safety boots. Next time you come to the construction site, you need to wear. I'm the boss, I need to wear. Yes. And then what? I say, yeah. That's why I want to ask the purchaser to buy for you one. Then after that, okay, this is your helmet, this is your safety boots, these are the things you need to wear. Otherwise, please don't come in. Hey Mike, you work for me, no, I work for you. I say, yeah, you pay me to make sure that your company is safe, right? So how am I to protect the other employees when you continue to break the rule? So after that, they follow. So it's become that way. Then I have one HR lady, very sexy. Every time go to my site, wear high heels. So my supervisor reported to me. I go to the office. You want to wear high heels? You want to wear what? You don't want to wear anything also in the office? I don't care. Right? But when you come to my site, you follow my rule. No, I just want to see something. I don't care what you want to see, who you want to see. When you come into my site, you either follow my rule or you don't go in. Why? Well, if she keep wearing like that, then I got a lot of construction workers, Indonesian, I got Bangla, all working. When she passed by, everybody look at. What happened? Distraction, right? Distraction is one thing. I don't mind. I also, if on the roadside, I also sometimes look at ladies. There's men now, okay? But the thing here is, when you have to wear suitable clothing, right? Suitable clothing because why? It's dangerous for you. Construction site, the road is not like this all new. Sometimes you have hole, this and that, everything, kayu here, all that. Then you fall. Then you fall, you get injured. Who's the first person to be blamed? See the safety guy. This type of things you don't see. Right? When somebody break into the house, steal something, who you blame? Police buat apa? Right? Well, police got nothing to do with your house also, you blame. They come late, I call so long. You need to know how they work first, right? So these are the problems that we face in the society, right? History of occupational safety. This is the best part. A lot of people say these few years for safety very hot topic, right? Your safety is a very old topic since 1930s. But nowadays there's a lot of awareness. Nowadays you want to be a safety officer, you must have a degree. If you don't have a degree, you don't dream to become a safety officer. Alright? So, safety starts with me. This one happen a lot in the office lah, right? So what you see just now, you see, there's one person will stop you and tell you what to do. That is what we call you see, you act. This is the answer, it's called you see, you act. This is very successful in oil and gas companies. If you go to oil and gas companies, you walk down the staircase, there's a railing. If you don't hold the railing, somebody will go down there, stop you. Can you please hold the railing next time when you come down? And you cannot be angry, because why? The safety culture is like that. They will tell you, can you please, like your hair is not tied properly, you don't tie your hair. Certain place you go in, can you please tie your hair? Why? So they want you to tie your hair because you work with machines that rotates. If the hair gets stuck, what happens? The whole head go in, right? So these are the things that they need to protect people. So safety is everybody's business. Alright? Yes, the person in charge will be the safety officer, the safety coordinator, somebody who's responsible of safety. But he is one person in the organization, he cannot see 100 people. He cannot even see 10 people. Right? Even everybody carry a CCTV also, he cannot see everybody at one time. Right? Chronology. This is what happened. Just now we talked about the history of safety. It started in 1967. So FMA in 1967, FMA is called Factory Machinery Act. So Factory Machinery Act only covers factory. So then the factory, what we call certain areas like E&E, electrical and electronic, not covered. Oil and gas, not covered. Because oil and gas is not factory. Right? Then if you're talking about electrical electronics, they started in the 70s. So electrical electronic, they will say, hey, my machinery is all inside the box on, you know. Right? We are not, so how are we going to comply with Factory Machinery Act? So from there, then they start to change. You see, like quarry, mining, construction, not involved in FMA. Construction is not a factory. So it becomes, by 1970, they enforce that Factory Machinery Act must be involved in all this area. Otherwise you cannot operate. Then it goes into 1971 to 1980, air pollution and industrial hygiene. Air pollution, you know what's the meaning of air pollution? Pencemaran udara. Water pollution, that means you throw chemical in the water, then it becomes pollution. Then this one, industrial hygiene, what is this? The air that you breathe in. The air that you breathe in. The water that you drink. The food that you eat is all under industrial hygiene. So learn something different today? Yes. So after that, we have the National Advisory Council. That is the world body also come in. And then in 1992, we have NIOSH. What is NIOSH? First we have DOSH, DOSH. Then we have NIOSH. Know what is DOSH? DOSH is DOSH, Department of Safety and Health. In Malay we call it JKKP. Hear before? JKKP? Yes. Then NIOSH, National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health. So DOSH do enforcement. Enforcement, that means you don't do, I summon. You must do this. Then you say, hey, who wants to teach me? Right? I don't know how to do. Then that's where you go to NIOSH. So NIOSH is the National Institute. All the training is down there. And then whatever we train, even like for me, whatever I train, we will follow the law, the NIOSH and DOSH. What DOSH want and what NIOSH teach, we combine it together. So clear? Clear on that?
Tiga. Luas
Can understand? Can, huh? Alright. Cannot understand, please stop me. I make sure that today when you go back, you should understand simple thing. I don't want you to remember all the law, everything, no. But you must know that this is what. The basic fundamentals. Alright? Then, by 1994, OSHA, that means Occupational Safety and Health Act, is approved by the Parliament and enforced. Alright, OSHA. When you say OSHA, that means the act. The act is what? What is the act? Act is called undang-undang, right? If normally we see people say OSH, OSH, there's Occupational Safety and Health. Then they put A behind it, become Act, it means the law. Gazetted, that means approved by what? Approved by Parliament. So, to be a safety officer, what do you need to learn? What you need to learn? What law you need to know when you to become safety officer? Or you want to become safety practitioner? What law you need to know? These are the laws. Easy, safety officer's job. Okay, Factory Machinery Act 1967. Talk about what? Machine guarding. That means they are famous about this machine. Anything got rotation, that means they must have a cut. Then the cut must have specification. When just like when you come up the staircase just now, there is a handrail, right? Then handrail in FMA also they have, in another law UBBL, Uniform Building Bylaw, also they have. Because why they say come up staircase, come down staircase must have handrail. The height of the handrail also they tell you. Minimum height, you must meet the standard. You see? Then we have Environmental Quality Act. This one talk about what? Environmental Quality Act. Very famous about Selangor always cut water supply, right? Why? Because the factory there let go of chemical into the river. So they take the river water to purify and make into drinking water. When they purify, that time they find something is not right, they stop. That means Selangor got no water. So that is why Environmental Quality Act come. Because why? Who is at fault? Businessmen. Right? They don't care. I want to make money only, but other than that, I don't want to know. Right? Then we talk about 1986. 1986, we talk about BOWAC. BOWAC means Building Operation and Works Engineering Construction. That is all construction thing. Because construction, today you can see ground floor only. But tomorrow, already first floor come up. Right? 2 days later, you see fourth floor come up already. Hey, why so fast? Right? So BOWAC, that means the changes very fast in construction. You have to follow this BOWAC regulation. Just now we see this one got what? Factory Machinery Act, Environmental Quality Act, and then this one regulation. What's so different? Act and regulation. Just put back, just keep it in your mind, because after we will explain. Then we talk about 1994, Occupational Health and Safety, OSHA. Then at the same time, we have CIDP, Construction, what we call CIDP is Malaysian Construction Industry Development Board. They also come out that you must have construction license. That means if I want to work in construction, even though I am just an ordinary worker, I must go for safety induction 1 day. If I don't go for the safety induction, I cannot get the construction card. Without the construction card, I cannot work. Right? Then we talk about guidelines for labeling of hazardous chemical. So this labeling, normally we target is major industry. But then if you look at the labeling, you buy soap, detergent, what label behind, you see? You write how many percent potassium, how many percent chlorine, how many percent that, right? So that is the labeling. See, guidelines to labeling and hazardous chemical. You must have a label. Now food also you have a label, right? So then we talk about CHRA. CHRA is a specialist. The specialist, that means the person who will study about the chemical. Normally these people, they have background in chemical engineering, then they go into safety. So like for me, I go into safety, then I take up fire safety engineering. So you must have a little bit of engineering background to know what's going on, right? Then we look at NANDO-POT. What is NANDO-POT? Notification of accident, dangerous occurrence, poisoning, and occupational disease. Then of course, like others we're looking at, working at high class 2013 and GHS. So before that, 1892 also we also already got law. Selangor Boiler Enactment 1892. Missionary Ordinance 1913. So many of us not born yet. I think my father also, the time maybe small kid. Right? We already have all these laws, but why we didn't follow? Because last time we are ignorant of the law. Now we are better people, we understand the law. So, acts and regulations. Acts, regulation and order. What are the difference? So you look at this. You look at this. This is the structure. Act is what? The highest point of the law. That means undang. Then you have regulation and order, second highest. If you don't have this, you can have this. If you don't have the number 1 and number 2, you can have number 3. But if you have all this, you must have, your company also must have company guideline or company policy, company procedure. For those company have 5 employees and more, do you have a safety policy? Here, got safety policy. Some, not sure. Okay, the safety policy say what? Where do you put a safety policy? If you have a safety policy, that means when I come in, straight away I can see myself a board, put that safety policy. Company letterhead, signed by CEO, COO or CTO, whatever it is, must sign. That means everybody come in must have safety induction. You have safety induction? No. So these are the things. Why the safety induction is important? The safety induction is the promotion, just now we say, to make sure that everybody works safe. Right? So this is the structure. Then when you look at this structure, who approved this structure? You see the word act here. The act here, these are the definition, function and the process what? Passed by parliament. It's not made by anyone. It's passed by parliament. If you look at regulation, parliament. Order, if the word order, that means it is, you go to court, the court will support the order this function. Guidelines, they don't support. But code of practice, COP, okay? They sometimes support, sometimes they don't support. Especially like bus company. They have a procedure. They have a code of practice. That means you bus company A, you bus company B, and you bus company C. There are some things that everybody must follow the same rule. Is there a law for it? No, there's no law, but you must follow the rule. That's called code of practice. Is a standard in your industry. Sometimes we call it ICOP, Industry Code of Practice. Right? That means if I'm the DOSH officer, I come in, there is accident at company A. I go there and say, where's your ICOP? Hey, tak ada. Then I go to company B. Company B got ICOP. Ada. Okay, come give me your ICOP. or go to company A, you need to follow this. Alright? That is a code of practice. Just now we say who is responsible, right? We ask a question. So if you talk about act, is the minister is responsible. Menteri, right? So in safety, who is the menteri? Who's the menteri? Human resource. Under human resource. Who's the minister of human resource? Ayo. Who is the minister of human resource now? You see, I ask HR people, they don't know. So it's under the same minister. Alright? So the next thing we talk about regulation. Regulation falls under whose what do you call authority? It's under DOSH. Then this one order is under minister and DOSH. DG is Director General. Ketua Pengarah. Right? Guideline fall under DOSH. Code of practice fall under DOSH. Every industry should have a common code of practice. Right? Like transport, they will have their own common code of practice. For oil and gas, we have global common code of practice. And then of course certain law with when what they call bomber come and do inspection, you look at my people, you got apa law? NFPA. NFPA is what law? National Fire Protection Association, US. So we follow this law. So why you follow this law? This is our ICOP. Our industry code of practice, we have to follow this law. They can accept. You must know how to answer. If you don't know how to answer, why you follow this law? Who tell you can follow this law? That is where your safety people come in and say, this law, look, we follow ICOP's code of practice, industry code of practice, say this is the thing we need to follow. You must be able to explain. So why, okay, 5 more minutes before we go for break. So, why we need to follow all the law, everything? Because, and then why 1994? Why the what OSHA comes into play at 1994? What is the trigger? What actually happened before what do you call the government said must do occupational health and safety? There must be a reason, right? The government don't do things without reason. Okay, we are talking about Bright Sparkle. Bright Sparkle is not inside your book, you don't need to see because this one normally I don't put inside. Bright Sparkle firework disaster, it happened at 1991. Right? 26 people killed, over 100 people were injured in the disaster. Alright? The explosion is strong enough until residential area also affected. Okay? This is the history of Bright Sparkle at Sungai Buloh. So, this is the explosion happened, and these are the bodies. It's not inside your notes, because these are the things that I will put inside. If you Google Bright Sparkle, also you can find. What is the cause of the incident? explosive chemicals spilled during experiment at canteen factory. At the canteen factory, you do experiment. Boleh ke tak boleh? Because why? There is no standard at that time to say that you can do or cannot do. Alright? And then they test what? The firecrackers called bazooka. That means they take out the firecrackers they want to shoot and test. The firecrackers is called bazooka, but the thing shoot wrongly, it becomes a nightmare. Chain of explosion becomes a nightmare. And that's what this one you see. You look, one picture is Japan, Hiroshima, and this one we call it Hiroshima Sungai Buloh. Of course, Japan one is bigger area, this one is smaller area lah. But you look at the situation. It's very, very bad, right? So that is where, when 1991 this type of thing happened, 1992 they start to prepare the law. Then for the law to pass in parliament takes 2 years, 93, 94. It's not simply the government said, hey, we just want to pass this law in. No such thing. Normally after incident, then certain law will come in. They got no choice already. So the bodies, this is the body. This is a canteen location. Okay, this is what happened in construction site. Is another story, and this is what happened in manufacturing. So that is why we are trying to avoid all these things. Why we need to avoid? Why do we need to avoid all these things? Because this thing happen, it always belongs to someone's father, someone's husband, someone's son. This is what we're trying to avoid. Right? I'm not talking about paper cut, small things. These are the major things that happen. So why do we need good safety practice? Why do we need good safety practice? Yes, good, to avoid all this incident. Right? So what do you think about Bright Sparkle? What do you think about Bright Sparkle? What do you think they can do better? When they test that time, they should find a better place, right? Open space. Because when you test firework, what happens? Firework always will shoot up, right? So you need to find a place where very big empty space where you can shoot, and if the thing fall on it will not fall on the roof.
Suitable place.
Yeah, suitable place. All that comes in. Okay, we stop here for 5 minutes. 5 minutes enough for 10 minutes. Normally tea break how many minutes? 15 minutes. By 10:40, 10:50. Okay?
老板。
还是老板娘经常吧。所以还有那个，其实我们鼓励就是，因为我们的厂是员工比较多，然后只派一个人来上课，不是我有时候是因为等下我辐射球地它有没有？你觉得你500个人，你一个辐射你可以 control 吗？
有。
等下下一堂课，下半场是男的 Vicky，然后你是你来谈我的，就按等下他是可以是
第4嘛，COC。
我们因为什么上次上课所以老师群的，然后你等下还会这样子说，因为我记得老师我记得脾气会问你的，然后变得因为是 document 而且然后现在以前比较容易，以前你可以 copy 公司 register 就是然后叫你做不是啊，也是没有压力，就是我们没有上3天课，然后有 assessment 的同时我们的 trainer 去当场，我们跟我们的 participant 大家懂，当场你 register 那个 copy， 你有问题你直接问 trainer，我们的 trainer 就是从头他可以跟你问 register as 你是 confirm 了的，然后像我们是我的话其实每1年就要3个月，像其实我们12月30号就可以开始3个月了，就是他说你这个 factory 你一整年有没有意外吗？然后其实我们上课都会有教育，还有很多方法，你可以过去，然后我们每一堂课完了过后，我们都有个 lesson plan，就是存在就是有什么问题会，而且有时候可能人家问的问题，是咩？我是咩？我没有看到，我去查一次哦，还是这样子的，那就是我们一个教育的群组，有一个有问题的话，我们可以考试就直接问出来，不然可能有一些地方上完课你要找那个人，或者是你有投入热的时候找不到人问嘛，我们基本上每一堂课完了过后，我们都会有个群组去让你讨论，因为当下你可能找到问题，可能2个月过后你突然间发生的，那就变成我们会就是会有 participant 是会提出问题的，然后我们这一堂课是像比方说，我们是800多暂时目前因为我们要看到我都是口供一下，我都是有需要你的那些，因为是讲说，其实讲说，因为HRD请假，所以我们价钱方面就可能还是保持这个853天的话，我这个讲分享853天的话，然后其实我们可以申请 HRD 的话，是申请 HRD 来上课的话，HRD 来上课的话，其实我们一天是有减轻超过200的个人工时，我有申请过吧之前。
不是最近嘛，近几年的比较火那个你来，我们去英国那种生活跟职业时刻嘛，这样的话我想说，因为我们去英国的话，趁我去 JDK 啊，员工好嘛，你去说啊，第一件事情你要是你做 BI 了吧？不懂有没有被问过这个问题啦？我有些 customer 的，我去到他就问我做 BI 了吗？我们知道 BI 是我们今天就是怎么去会计。
是要做考试先。
对，就是你可以，就是然后你讲说，哎，我的 account 要英文这，你可以看，因为我们是，你如果像英文这，我有 customer 嘛，他讲小姐啦，然后是英文这，可是哦，我的场10多20个人，因为还要他的 account 要上课，他的事业要上课，他的 document 要上课，一起上，因为全部人都到做英文，他讲，我要 in house。我没有办法一下子出这么多10多个人来你的地方上课，你 in house 给嘛，我们可以跟他买，我们可以跟他说我们可以提高时间，然后像比方你们公司有 training room 的话嘛，是最好的。要不然讲你们公司没有 training room 的小姐，但你可以也是可以来我们这边，就当我们租那边，然后就是什么好 training，全部是给的。我要大概我们可以谈嘛。
大概有6个人。
我们要知道你的，首先我们要知道你的大概人数，还有你的时间，因为我们知道你的时间过后，我们要跟全人安排时间。
是一天就可以了。
如果是1年进的话，我们上个月才跑完，差不多1天呢。上个月我们跑
我们明年7月才开始嘛。7月前
我很多小姐来，我看我来，我问她，哎，你们已经开始了？没有啦，7月我都上很多课，因为之前很热，接触很多免费的，自己热嘛。
对。
就是
因为而且我们这下子法我在单位如果有时候太早上也是一个问题。
因为你太早上的不好就是你只能多1年2个月，
因为他们也还没有正式。
对，可是我们上一堂课是 Mr. 考，没记错是 Mr. 考，然后他上了1天1整天的课，他在外面，你出去然后又转时间，然后他上了1整，他是华语的，但别人很理解我的，
No, what you miss?
我的茶楼还有因为他3语，他3语都可以，可是我们那一场课我们全部。
Bryce Parker incident is where the OSH law come out in 1994. Because of 1991, this is happening. So after this happened, 1992 they come out the law. Then they sent to Parliament. So Parliament approved the law in 1994. Then the law take effect. So most of the time after big tragedy or big incident, new law. So something like that. So nice to see you. So myself under fire safety and emergency response. That means all these type of things I normally see. So when you see this type of things, sometimes we got psychological, we call it psychological hazard. Sometimes you cannot sleep at night or that. So these are things. Interesting, huh? What, very too slow. Okay, shall we start? So now we are talking about philosophy and principles. Anything we do, there must be a motivating factor why we want to do. Right. So in OSH also we have the motivating factor and we have the philosophy behind what we want to do.
It doesn't matter who we are, where we are, or where we come from. Looking out for each other is central to our incident and injury-free culture. The more we look out for each other, the fewer injuries there'll be. Let's be incident and injury-free.
You know what is Chevron? Anybody know what Chevron? That company, Chevron? Don't know. It's oil and gas company. In Malaysia also we have Chevron, but they are doing and selling to Caltex. So you see, the culture for oil and gas company is always very, very tight. Even simple things also, they always try out to be careful, avoid all these things. Alright? So the main point of the philosophy is three main points. The first thing we are talking about is self-regulation. Self-regulation, no, the law don't say that I write the law, then every time I go to you and say, okay, you must follow this. Then every time I come back, you follow really or not? This and that. No, they won't do that. They will say self-regulation. We already put the law for you, you must follow the law. You don't follow, second thing will happen. That means we summon or we give you notice, all that. So you must know what to do. That's why now they say if you have more than 5 employees, you must have a safety coordinator. Right? If you don't comply, they don't check, never mind. Once they check, then they start coming after you again and again. Then when they come after you, they will find your mistake. You do noise monitoring before? Your company do noise monitoring before? Yes. Do chemical monitoring before? Yes. But you don't have safety officer. Huh? No safety officer or no safety coordinator? Oh, you got safety officer already. Okay. Now, if you have safety officer, you don't need a safety coordinator. Because you have one already inside there. So safety officer will take care of everything already. So, you see, the company asks, first you do noise monitoring? Yes. Why you need to do noise monitoring? Noise pollution. Like now, what noise pollution? Got sound, no? Yeah, sound from there. Anything above 95 dB. Alright? Anything above 95 dB. You need noise monitoring, 95 dB. You need monitoring. How many hours exposure? They have calculation for you. They have calculation for you, then they will have a meter. So when the noise pollution, they will give you a meter to wear, then this assessor will fix, okay, employee name, what work they do, which part of the factory. So for 8 hours of a comeback, they will take all the meter, then they will do the calculation, they find out what kind of ear protection you need. Right? And then for chemical just now, okay, you do soldering or do welding. So when you do welding, what the welding rod you use, what are welding rod? So they want to see the SDS. SDS is safety data sheet. They look at the safety data sheet and say, hey, this welding rod got this chemical, you cannot use. Why you cannot use? This one cause cancer, this one cause what? And then after that they ask you, when the fumes, when you do welding, got the smoke come out, right? The smoke, we call it fumes. You got breathing protection. What other measures that you do to make sure that these people working don't breathe the fumes? Put a fan nearby or whatever it is, what they want to see that. That's called self-regulation. Then we talk about consultation. Consultation, that means you need to talk to your employee. The bosses don't know. The bosses don't know the fumes how strong. The boss say, I want to open this business. I get workers to work for me. I get welders to work for me, right? The boss do welding. Last time, 20, 30 years time, maybe gone. Now no more already, right? So consultation, that means when you want to do certain thing, you must call the worker, you must management and sit down. Okay, why we want to do this? We want to find out how much chemical. If we're not sure about the chemical, that's where we involve CHRA, what we call chemical risk assessor. They will come in, they will tell you, okay, these are the chemicals, these are the protection you need to use. So that is called consultation. Alright? Then the next part of consultation, workers' cooperation. After we know already, oh, you need to use certain masks or you need to use certain ear protection. The company buy, then the worker don't use, can or cannot? So the workers have to use, right? If the workers don't use, then can company take action or not? Can, right? Under which law? Yeah, safety. Under OSH, Section 23. That one, because once the company provide, you must learn, you must use. If you don't use, that means the company can take action against you. Why you don't use? I'm taking care of your safety and health, and you don't want to use. So basically, this is the basic structure. This is responsibility to ensure safety and health. Who create risk? Employer, designer, manufacturer, supplier, they create the risk. When you buy a car, who create the risk? Proton create the risk. Cordova create the risk. Some of you use BMW, they create the risk. Right? Then, employee and workers, how are you going to control the risk? You must have certain law and guideline, right? So like now we go back to driving. Before you can drive, you must go for driving school. After driving school, you go to JPJ and take your test. After you pass your test, you got license. That is your competency to drive. After that competency also, still people make mistake, no? After driving license got already, also people make mistake, right? Drive too fast, drive when drunk, drive when tired, speeding. People say 110, the fellow go 220. Some of my safety friends drive car, nothing in the highway is nothing less than 180. Then I say, why you drive so fast? CP. Then we really give you the competency, but you still don't follow. Then whose fault? That's why I say machine normally don't make mistake. Human break the rule and make mistake. Right? Then tripartite. Tripartite means just now we say employer, employee, consultant, government. Sometimes you do not know something very new come out. You can go to Dosh and say, Dosh, I have this problem. How do you think I can solve? They will sit down with you. Or sometimes they say, hey, I don't have the time, but I can recommend you consultants to go and see. But of course, consultant you need to pay money lah, right? So this is example. You see, university also have their own philosophy. This is University Malaysia. All the universities in Malaysia have their own safety philosophy. So you need to do your safety philosophy, you need to do your safety policy. If your safety officer not done that, you have to ask, hey, where's our safety policy? And this safety policy is not due on paper and keep inside a file. You do on paper, the bosses, big bosses sign, it has to be framed up at a public area. That means like outside there, notice board must be there. My safety policy say this. That means when you come into work, you must follow safety policy. When you come into for training, you have to follow my safety policy. Those who work inside here also have to follow all that one safety policy. You cannot say, hey, my safety standard not like this, so I won't follow yours, I follow mine. No. You come into my house, you follow my standard. Alright? There's the law. So the next thing we go into principles. So principle is the breakdown of the philosophy. What is the principle? We go again, promotion and maintenance of OSH. Right? Then prevention. We talked again about just now. Just now, early on we talked about prevention. Now come out again. Prevention. Protection. Adaptation of work of individual capabilities. Adaptation of work. Like now, I cannot climb staircase that well. And then I carry a lot of heavy thing. Just now, a lot of people help me to carry. Right? So that is one adaptation. Right? avoidance of hazard by using safe technology. So meaning here is how to avoid danger by using technology. Right? Government responsibility and regulation. Integration of production and safety and health. How you make sure that the place is safe to work, and the safety standard and the working environment must coexist together. Employer, what you call responsibility, workers' rights and participation. Here we are talking about the workers' rights. That means if the boss asks me to climb 10-story high without any safety equipment, I say too dangerous, I don't want to climb. Can or not? Can. As a boss, can you send me or not? You are my boss. I say I don't want to climb 10-story, no safety equipment, I don't want to do. Then you say, you don't want to do, I send you. Can or not? Cannot. You have the right to make a report, and then Josh will come. You need to provide equipment to do the work. If without equipment, he has the right not to do the work. Same thing. Accounts, right? Who's doing accounts? It's not who's doing accounts. So your boss don't give you computer, don't give you the software, but ask you to do the work. Can do or not? Go back to paper lah. Right? Can do lah, on paper lah. How long? I don't know, right? But that is safe. That is safe work environment. But in other industries, it's not safe. Why not? People using drone to do window cleaning, right? You see the drone fly up, they shoot at the window, water, everything. They're using technology to do the job. In China, agriculture, they use drone to spray fertilizer, right? They use technology to do the job. So we are moving to that area. So next time, the farmer, maybe 1 or 2 person, no need to carry everything. Everything all pour inside, the drone fly over there, do everything for you. In some places, they retest drone doing delivery, right? You order food in China already, all use apps already. After you use apps, the drone come, send you the food. You just go outside, pick up the food, right? Things are happening. There's technology. So, what are the elements of OSH philosophy? What are the 3 elements just now we discussed? The 3 arrows is how we discussed. What is that? First thing. What is the 3 elements? What 3 elements of OSH philosophy? Self-regulation is 1. Okay, number 2. Consultation. Some more? Sorry? Workers' cooperation and participation. So these are the elements of the philosophy. Without that 3 elements, there's no philosophy. So you have to understand that. Alright? Then give me one example of OSH principle. Without looking, I can say already so many. Set rules, protection of workers, some more. I think about 10, right? Yes, government responsibility and regulation. Okay, what is the reason every time I go to certain topic then I have these teasers? Why I want to do this? Why I want to do this? No. Yeah, one revision. Number two, I want to wake you up with a date. Right? Number three, I want to make sure that you know where to find the answer. Right? Where you want to find the answer. Because like just now I show you, we got so many laws. You think the safety officer can remember everything? There is no way we can remember everything. But we must know where to find if we want to find this answer. Sometimes the bosses say, hey, how safety officer? If wait, you think myself walking dictionary or walking encyclopedia, then I show her, these are the laws I have to remember, you know. You think I can remember everything? No way. But of course, you need to be familiar. Not everything you need to remember, but certain law you can remember. Section 24, OSH is for what? Employer's responsibility. Section 26 is what? Then you have to remember certain, because these are famous topics, right? The not so famous one, wait, I refer. But you must know where to find the answer, right? You cannot say, wait, tomorrow I let you know. Hey, I pay you money, so high, wait until tomorrow, you will find out now. Right? Then, why do you require all this? Why is it required? So you go back to principles of OSH. Why do you need this? For protection of who we need to protect. The people who are coming into our company, the workers who are working in the company, and the people who are working with us. All these things come here. So that is what we are trying to protect. Injury and occupational diseases. Definition, what is injury and what is the injury is an accident. So the accident occurred. Now you got a paper cut. You preparing for binding, say tomorrow, or 30 people coming for training. So you also help, because the book is about 100 pages thick. So we do all the paperwork, everything. The paper cut your finger. Now before, no? Paper cut. Paper cut your finger. Yes, right. So when the paper cut, is it considered occupational accident? Yes. Good. Why yes?
Working.
Huh? Okay. But
That is a careless
yeah, okay. But you also need to see exposure over time and risk factor of working activity. Is it every day? Not every day. 1 month once? 1 week once? Oh, every week you got paper cut? Huh? Every week got paper cut? Oh, you. So high risk. So the paper cut give you any exposure to chemical or biological? No. Give you any physical hazard? the paper cut, after you cannot walk, MC more than 4 days, then it's not considered as an accident. You see, there must be certain thing lah. If paper cut also, you consider accident, so many accident, man, right? So they are not considered as accident. So these are the criteria of occupational accident or diseases. So just now we talked about helmet, right? When we talk about helmet, we talk about fiberglass. So fiberglass is, then we are now talking about asbestos. The same thing happened, asbestos goes to lung disease. So this lung disease, in simple words, sometimes people can say batuk kering. Heard of the word batuk kering? Or TB? What is TB? Tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is about the lungs, right? Okay, 2023 alone, total number of accidents 6,900. We break down. This one is what DP, permanent disability, that means cannot walk already, 235. Temporary permanent disability, 6,500. Fatality, death, 141. Right? This is the data collected. You look at the industry, hotel and restaurant also ada accident. Right? Utilities, finance, insurance also got accident. And then got 15 deaths. Why? Okay, now the definition of workplace. You must understand the definition of workplace. Some of, like Cyril is what, a trainer or something like that. The what? Training department, exactly. So sometimes he go out, right? When see customer, clients. Seldom. Okay. What about my call? She always go out, right? Meet clients, right? So when she's driving, the car is considered a workplace, right? So the car is considered a workplace. So that is why you have that.
During the traveling.
Yes. During, if you travel for work and then accident in the car, is considered a workplace accident. Right? Construction, no need to say lah. Always number one in a bad way. Right? Then we look again 5 years. 5 years story. From 2005 up to 2009. From year 2019 up to 2023. It's all above 6,000. Right? All the accident above 6,000. What happened? What actually happened? There is no improvement. Or now more people are reporting on the case. Right? When the government start to introduce safety officer, this one safety officer report cases. Because why? You want to claim SOCSO. Some company accident outside, play football accident. They also help the employee to claim SOCSO. But then they don't inform DOSH. But it's now what they're trying to do is to put SOCSO, DOSH and Kementerian Kesihatan all into one mainframe. That means anything the report come here, everybody can get the report. So you cannot bluff. Because claiming SOCSO, we are talking about billions of ringgit. Employer incident investigation report. So if you have a safety officer, your safety officer need to prepare. Your safety officer need to report to the, not only to the management, but within 4 days, you need to report to DOSH. So, but this one we are looking at is US one, but the principle, that means, is almost the same.
Right. Did you hear about Jim's accident in the warehouse this morning? I heard a little bit. How is he? He's in the hospital. I haven't heard anything more. Oh, that's not good. I'll call his wife and see if there's anything we can do. Okay, sounds good. Look, I have a few questions about the investigation. So, if you have a minute. Sure, let's go to my office. So, what exactly happened? Well, at this point, we're not entirely sure, but he took a pretty heavy fall in some oil. Okay. What have you done so far? First, we wrote down the area. Good. So you corrected the immediate issue. Yeah, but my question is, what do I do now? Since Jim had to go to the hospital, we need to complete a preliminary investigation. And we need to do it within 48 hours. Then we need to complete an interim corrective action. That'll show what steps we took in the short term to make the area of our job safe. Okay, but what exactly do I put in these reports? Let's go to the WorkSafe BC website. They have a report template that makes it all pretty easy. Here it is. There's a guide on how to fill it out. Most of the information is pretty basic. Date of the incident, name of the injured worker, description of what happened, and so on. Now, if you fill out the form, you'll have addressed all the requirements of the investigation. For the interim corrective action report, you just have to document what you've already done or will do while the full investigation is in progress. Okay? That's it? Not quite. That deals with the immediate issues. But to finish the investigation report, we need to figure out exactly how and why the oil ended up on the wall. Okay? Well, we've done some work on this. Rich from the Joint Health and Safety Committee and I checked it out. Turns out the oil came from an old compressor, and it may have been leaking for quite a while. I've asked maintenance to take it out of service and look at it. And we're going to examine our maintenance programs for a more permanent solution. Great. We might find other issues as part of the investigation. We need to make sure this never happens again. It all sounds pretty straightforward. Normally I'd wrap it up in a couple of days. The problem is, I'm doing inventory and I'm really busy. As long as you finish the preliminary investigation in 48 hours, we're good. Then, start the full investigation as soon as possible and have it completed in 30 days. Right, and the full corrective action report just needs to be completed as soon as possible after that. Exactly. And if it turns out the incident is more complicated and will need more time, you can contact the WorkSafe BC officer and ask for extension. It's a no. So I sent all the reports to WorkSafe BC? No, we always send them the full investigation report, but the other reports, the preliminary report, only need to be sent if they ask for it. And copies of all the reports need to be sent to our Joint Health and Safety Committee. So that's it. That's it. Give me an update tomorrow on how you're doing, and I'll make you update. Alright, sounds good.
The Joint Health and Safety Committee must participate in any investigation to receive copies of all full reports. The preliminary investigation must be completed within 48 hours. The full investigation report must be completed within 30 days and sent to WorkSafe BC.
Okay, so the you need to have a safety committee. Since you have a safety officer, that means you have more than 40 employees. No. How many employees? Sorry? 30. So you have a safety committee? Yes. So you have safety guideline? Yes. So all these things must fall into place. You have a safety officer, you must have safety committee, safety guideline, reporting, all that have to come into place. Why you need to make a report? Undermine the underlying, that means you need to know why the accident happened. So next time you can prevent from happening. Alright? Cause of incident. Just now, if you look at the video, the cause of incident is from what? Compressor leak. Right? The compressor, what you call, tube leak, hose leak. So cause a problem. Then what action are you going to take? Right? Why we need to take action? To prevent that same thing won't happen again. Right? So these are the things that why we need to take the report. So this is where our law come in. Section 31 FMA says that what? Inspector the occurrence of an accident which cause death, serious damage to property, bodily injury from his normal work for more than 4 days. That means MC more than 4 days. These are the things you need to do. Right? So paper cut is not a major injury, so it's not inside here. Alright? So the death, any accident arising from connection of work causing what? Death, serious body injury, what do you call, need to be notified to DOSH in the quickest minute of time. Normally, as a safety officer, they will have direct contact with DOSH. Any accident happen, they will straight away call, and then or sometimes they will text. Tuan, I have a case, this is happening, but my report will come to you by tomorrow morning. First thing tomorrow morning. My report will come to you as soon as my boss approves. They will send a preliminary report to DOSH. Why they need to do that? It's because now we are looking at internet world. People accident, some of the people do what? Take video, put in Facebook, right? Put in IG, put everywhere. Some put in TikTok, right? So then suddenly, don't say, hey, nobody report to me anything. How come they say what accident? So the first person must know is they must know first, right? Because what if you let them know last, and next time they come after you, okay? Then send a report in an approval form. They got a special form within 7 days. First, you inform them, okay, I will send you the prelim report in my format. We can accept. But of course, within that 7 days, you need to follow their system, right? 7 days is more than enough time, right? So this is the what employer must do. So why I say this employer must do, and you don't have to memorize all this because you are not safety officers. Alright? The safety officer have to do all this factor. Alright? So sometimes when you say, hey, safety officer, what the fellow do? These are the things that the fellow you don't see. They do a lot of investigation work, find a lot of information, and how they find information is this way.
Find the root cause.
Yeah, root cause, Of course, root cause he will not be doing alone. He will have a investigation team. Investigation team, that means 2 person from this accident happened at where? If it's operation, right? So if operation, I will not put operation team member in the investigation. I take one from admin, I take one from safety, and I take one from management. These 3 person plus me, 4. Okay, we do the investigation. Why we don't want people from operation? Accident is operation people, right? Why we don't want operation people to be involved? Because there will be a conflict of interest. That means I can cover up. I want to protect my department. If anything happen in accounts department, then accounts department no investigator. I will take from one from safety, one from operation, one from HR. So 3 of us going investigate accounts. So they cannot hide anything, right? That's what we are trying to do. Okay, occupational diseases. We are talking about what? Biological. Biological, that means it can be parasite, insect, snakes, animal, bird, human. Human is also biological, right? These are biological. Chemical can be what? Lead, benzene. Where is benzene? Where is benzene? All of you drive car, right? Inside the car, you pour petrol, right? Inside the petrol is benzene. Right? So sometimes when you pour in the car, petrol in the car, some of them they will pour, they will stand there. And then when you press, then you can feel the fumes come out, right? And sometimes you can feel like something stick in your hand. Those fumes involve benzene. Right? But without benzene, you also cannot use the car. You must have. So what I encourage you to do is put on the auto lock, go far away. Or you never pour petrol before. Anything, ask boyfriend, pour petrol. What? Or husband, pour petrol. So, economics. What is economics? What is economics? The table you sit, the chair you sit must be a standard chair, standard table, so you won't get backache. And then if you do repetitive work, that means from one point you take the box, go to the other point like that. 8 hours per day. What happened to you? So you will get backache or that. So that is under economics. Another economics is poor lighting. You work in an office where so little light. So when too little light, you cannot see properly. That's also one problem. You use, nowadays, we are using LCD monitors. Are you still using CRT or LCD? CRT is like a television one. Use someone? No more, right? Why we change from CRT to LCD? One is space. Number 2, CRT come out radiation. So when you sit too near and do your work, that's why your eyes got problem, right? the radiation hit your eyes. So now LCD, the radiation flow is downwards. It doesn't hit your eye. See? So that is economics. Physical agent. What is physical agent? Directly, like noise, vibration, those are physical agents. And psychosocial. Psychosocial, that means anybody bully you here. That's psychosocial, right? Another thing, harassment. Every time, what they call, I can't disturb you. Sexual harassment is also psychosocial. Right? When we talk about chemical, just now we look at CHRA, that means certified hygienist, to check on the chemical. We look at the amount of exposure of those entering the body. Those exposure, that means how long you work at that place, the length of exposure, how much time, route of entry. You breathe in the gas alone. Then, how dangerous is the chemical? Toxicity of the chemical. Can it be removed from the body or not? These are the questions we ask. Biological variation. Some people breathe in, they feel dizzy. Some people, they don't feel anything. Why? So the variation is because of the dose, that means the what we call, they breathe in and the time they spend or what. All this we need to understand. Or sometimes once in a while. Last time I was handling one water theme park. So the accounts officer is a girl. Her job is just to open the door of the chemical door, open, and then the guys will go and take chlorine for the swimming pool. So the risk assessor said, oh, the girl must always go for test. Then I look at the girl, I said, no. Why the girl need to go for the test? She didn't go inside the room, no. Her job is to open the door, make sure everybody can go in. She stand outside. She don't go for the test. The two guys that go in and out every day have to go for the test. Then after arguing, they said, oh, tak masuk langsung. Memang tak masuk langsung. Then she stand outside there. Outside there is open air. Then they revise again. Otherwise, for no reason, I'm responsible for another person. So that's how we control. And then being a girl, we also need to understand when she get pregnant or whatever happened, we need to know, is it through our job factor or not? Because we are talking about chlorine exposure. Chlorine exposure, what happened to us is when we breathe chlorine powder and chlorine gas, we will burn our throat. So if every day you do the work, the throat gets burned and then it gets dry, right? After some time, you will start to damage your whole body. So all these factors have to come in. And then being a woman, if she is pregnant, what happened? What happened to her and what happened to the baby? So we have to look into a lot of chain of event even before it happened. That's why you see a lot of ladies, certain dangers what we want to give. Or why we don't want to give? Avoid all the unnecessary things, right? See, we are talking about estimate the degree of exposure. How you want to estimate? Common occupational disease. What are the most common occupational disease? In construction, First thing, skin disease. I am in a volunteer group for medical volunteer group in one NGO. Every Sunday we provide medical care for United Nations card holders. That means all these orang pelarian, right? From what they call Myanmar, Rohingya, all that. A lot of them have this problem first, skin disease. Why? First thing, if you look at them, they will always wear the same baju come to work every day. That means, is it washed properly or not? Is it dry properly? And then, what do you call, how frequent we change the clothing? You cannot change every 1 hour, right? So, you got sweat, you got the semen, you got all types of things on your body, one whole day. So you get skin disease. Then respiratory illnesses. You breathe in too much cement chemicals. Then musculoskeletal disorder. What is musculoskeletal? Even tulang, alright? Most of the time they complain backache. Why? Carry heavy load. Or they cangkul, one whole day cangkul. One whole day you sit like that, you cangkul. After that you want to stand up, wow, so painful, right? So these are the things that happen. Don't talk, cancer we are talking about is a chronic thing is because like long term, then we know it's cancer. Short term we do not know it's cancer. Alright? Carpal tunnel syndrome. This one may be happening at the office. What is carpal tunnel syndrome? Anybody know? I give 10 ringgit. Oh, not enough, 10 ringgit, 20 ringgit. Okay, carpal tunnel is your hand here. Happen to most of the time ladies. Why? You sit down in the office, you type a lot. Using the mouse, type a lot. So you use until the vein and the artery jam up. So you have to cut, and then I don't know what the doctor do. That's why you get carpal tunnel, right? Then computer vision syndrome. So even now with LCD, we have another filter, right? How many of you have the filter? Don't have, have. Your laptop got filter. Okay, actually you can put filter some more. Okay, now why we need to report? Just now we talk about why we report, right? Why we need to report?
Next time prevention.
Prevention, yes. Prevention purposes, claim purposes, all that. That's why we need to report. Without proper documentation, you cannot claim anything. Even insurance also need report, right? So what type of accident that we need to report? More than 4 days absent. What types of occupational diseases we are always looking at? The most common one is what? So we say about what?
Skin disease.
Computer vision, carpal tunnel, all that. Those are the occupational diseases. Stress and mental, psychological, psychosocial, right? Those are the things. Then we go to occupational hazard. Just now we talk about diseases. Now we talk about hazard. The dangers. The dangers divide into 4 categories only. Right? Physical, psychological, biological, and chemical. I never follow the book lah. Whatever comes to my mind first, I say first lah. So physical, what is physical? Physical is very simple, slip and fall. The floor is wet, I jalan, bomb jatuh. Right? So when the floor is wet, you must put a signage. You caution, wet floor. So this one, then electrical hazard. Then we talk about temperature, noise, confined space. Confined space is normally we talk about tempat ruang tertutup. Meaning, if office is a confined space, no, office is not considered confined space. Confined space normally, if you dig a hole more than 1.5 meter deep, it's considered confined space. Even though up here is open, when you go down, it's still considered confined space. Another one, if you are working inside the pipe, you go inside the pipe to do work, that is considered confined space. Right? This is the most common thing happen in office lah. Right? Overloading. Another one is power tools. Power tools, normally the guys work, just now you can see they use the what? The socket cannot fit together, then they use another thing, open up, just plug into the wire itself. So that is dangerous. Chemical, we talk about even detergent, soap powder is also chemical. So chemical, we are talking about liquid, vapor, fume. Just now we talk about fumes. If we talk about the petrol, there is fumes and vapor. Gas. Then we are talking about flammable material, gasoline, solvent, pesticide. Those are all the things related to chemical. Alright, inside this office, inside this training room, how many type of chemical can you see? Is this chemical? Yes. H2O, right? The scientific breakdown is H2O, called hydrogen and oxygen. So it's part of chemical. Only thing, this chemical will not kill you. Right? This table cloth is colored, right? How you color this tablecloth? Use chemical, right? So there's chemical. This table, underneath the table there is a formica, white color, right? Under the white color you use glue. That glue is chemical. The paper you using, white color, right? What is the chemical they use to make it white? Chlorine. Right? Chlorine, just now I said, if you breathe in too much, what happens to you? Your esophagus will burn. But we are still using it as paper. Why? Because we can control. So safety is not about just, oh, this one is dangerous, I cannot use it. No. How you manage the danger. So chemical is everywhere. Inside your car, or chemical. Your dashboard, right? Very beautiful, right? Right? Very beautiful dashboard, right? Or chemical. What is the chemical? benzene. Why you say benzene? Because it comes from crude, the lowest point of crude. With benzene, you make it to your dashboard. But then every time we go into a new car, some people, the plastic of the new car also they don't want to take out, right? Oh, my car new plastic, you want to take out first, right?
New car smell.
New car smell. That is a very bad smell because that smell is actually poison. So you see it, but why we still make that kind of thing? Because we want to manage the risk. So can I say, since car is so dangerous, don't make car anymore. Can? Then you all come to work use bicycle. Okay. If nearby, fine. But if too far, you cycle under the sun. Crazy or what, right? Doesn't make sense. So as we want to progress, we have to take risks. That's where we are looking at. How chemical enter your body? Skin, good, absorption. Come on. Inhalation is what? Breathe in, correct. Injection? These two words, ingestion and injection. Injection is makan, right? You swallow. Injection is you cipok into the body. Injection. So these are the most common mode of entry. Alright? Like some chemical you put on your skin, it goes in. Most of the time it's acid. Right? It can goes in, goes through your body. So certain places when you work, you need to use all this PPE. PPE is personal protective equipment. Personal means after I use, I keep, or I will throw away. Not after I use, you use, then everybody use. No sharing. Alright? That is PPE. So biological hazard. What is biological hazard? We are talking about blood and other body fluid. And we talk about that. Last time we talked about what disease are the SARS, right? SARS disease is true. What? Airborne or biological? Then before SARS we got bird flu, right? Then after that we have COVID. So COVID is all airborne diseases, right? Then we have fungi. Fungi is because of what? If we use the shoe too long every day, then the shoe is not dry properly, then it will become, the spores will drop in, then it become fungus. Then we keep on wearing the same shoe every day. That's why you develop skin diseases. So that's the fungi. Then insect bite is very straightforward. The bee sting you. Animal, bird dropping, tahi burung, right? That is the most dangerous one. It can give you lung disease, a lot of funny diseases from bird dropping. So bird is cute, but the bird dropping is not cute, right? Environmental pathogen diseases like Legionnaire disease. Legionnaire diseases. What is this? Legionnaire disease. Legionnaire comes from a French word called from the French army. This French army, one group of army, they take soldiers from all over the world, Chinese, Malay, Indian, every country in the world they call it the Foreign Legion. So these people train in one place, they stay in one place, everything. They're soldiers. So after some time, they have a building sickness. So the building sickness goes to the soldiers. Then all the soldiers have the same sickness. The sickness comes from air conditioning unit. But last time, they don't have air conditioning unit, but they have a lot of ducting, air ducting. So they find out that inside the air ducting got mold, everything. That's why they never clean. That's why just now, earlier on I say, isn't it? After 50 years, inside all the piping, is it clean or not? And to this piping inside here, you want to clean, you cannot put people inside, you cannot put human inside. Now we use robot to clean. When robot clean, they come in, they see this type of building, they say, can I clean for you 20,000? Then the boss say, oh, 20,000 to do this type of job, you crazy, I don't want to do that, nobody see. Can or not? Can or nobody see? So that's why now you see some places they go back to split unit. 1 room or 2 unit, 3 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit. That's why they don't want the ducting anymore. So you need to know why, what are the things that happen. Then person to person contagious disease. These are like what COVID, we are talking about SARS, all that. These are person to person. Psychological, physiological, and behavior. Long hours, inflexible hours of working also can cause problem. Lack of control over job design. That means your table, chairs, all that, not comfortable to work, may cause problem. Unsafe, poor physical working condition. That one normally in construction. Alright. Negative behaviors. This one a lot. We talk about office politics, right? Can cause psychosocial problem. How to avoid? How you do also you can avoid. Right? Very hard to avoid because why? We are human and then we always have priority. That means I may like you more than I like her, or I may like her more than I like another person, right? Even though we are all working together. Like meaning is not like what you call. It is very subjective. Right? It's very subjective, and like doesn't mean that there is a relationship between it. No, but sometimes it's human. We can talk to some certain people better than another person, right? So that is human nature. So how to solve that problem? I actually also don't know.
It's a character.
Character, and then of course, that's why now very famous is what? Team building, right? Why they have start to have team building? In some companies they have what? Special, what do you call, trainers for social gathering, all that. Why they have this thing? Is because they are trying to avoid all this office politics. But still will be there. There is no way saying that we can take out 100% everything. Okay, this treasure hunt. Inside your handout there is this. Each of you have to find out at least 3 hazards, that means 3 dangers. Okay? Very easy, 3 very easy. I think I can see more than 3. Okay, point out to me. Yes, good one. It's wearing slippers, right? Smoking. Why smoking is hazard?
Inside the.
Yes, the gas cylinder. Okay.
This one.
That one, no PPE. Okay, enough. Good. That means you know where to find. Okay, next person. Okay, why? The hole is not covered or there is no marking. Alright, next one. Okay, the fumes come out. Alright, some more. Housekeeping. Yes. Enough. Some more? Yes, not proper attire. Some more? Okay, no PPE. Some more?
Here this one is doing, then this one is like.
Yeah, okay. No, basically, you look at you should be using scaffolding. Not leather and the papan like that. A proper scaffolding. So there's no proper scaffolding. Alright? The stairs? Yeah, it's got something on the stairs. So by right, the staircase must be clear of everything. Okay, next person. Okay, good. 2 persons sitting down there. Okay, the wire. One more, ergonomics. What is ergonomics hazard? Okay, come. This one. When you do heavy lifting, how you need to do? You cannot bend like that, carry. You must always go down and carry up. So when you bend like this, what happens is your back will be jammed. Right? So, no more. This glass. Behind. Damaged glass. So what is damaged glass all about? What kind of hazard is that? Physical. Right? Things broke, you can see is physical hazard. Good. Okay, what is class 2013? This is classroom. Class is an acronym for classification, labeling, and safety data sheet of hazardous chemical. So basically, when you say class 2013, we will look something like this. See this starting before? Not all, but sometimes they put one, sometimes they put this, sometimes they put this, but not everything together. But you see before? Yes or no? Yes. So this one meaning what? Hazardous to health. Right? This one meaning very, very dangerous. Alright? This one meaning mudah terbakar. Right? Easily flammable. This one is oxidizing. This one is environmental. This one means explosive. So this standard is worldwide. This pictures are used worldwide. You see what picture, you know what's all going on, right? And then of course the color also the same thing. Blue is for health. rates for flammability, reactive, and personal protection. What type of equipment, what type of personal protection you be using. So they got rating from 1 to 4, 1 to 5. Yeah. This one strictly for manufacturers and importers. Like now in Malaysia, we have a lot of importers, not manufacturers. We buy chemical from somewhere else. So when we buy the chemical from somewhere else, we will ask them your SDS and what other codes that you use. Right? Because some companies, the smaller ones especially, I ask them, where's your SDS? Some owner ask me back, what is SDS? SDS pun you tak tahu, then you are selling me something. Right? So we need to find out what is SDS all about. You see, industry code of practice. So this is a law or not? This is not a law, but we are using ICOP. Right? The whole world using the same standard. Okay, this class regulation only apply to chemical, right? Only to chemical. Radioactive waste, cosmetic, all that, it does not apply. That's why sometimes you buy cosmetic, after some time, you have developed rashes or whatever it is. You make a complaint. Who take over the complaint? The government side, who take over? It goes to the consumer. Then consumer side will go to the necessary parties to make sure that, oh, this one got this chemical banned, but they don't have to use all this label. If you the cosmetic use this type of label, you want to buy? Nobody buy, right? So that's why don't have this type of label. Then another thing is that if the chemical used for R&D purposes less than 5 kg. What's R&D? Yes, research and development. Less than 5 kg, they don't have to use the label. So the product will come with a standard coding system, which means it will tell you what are the hazard standard, everything. So we are looking at the part 1 of the classification, and then part 2 chemical classification, part 3 is labeling, the SDS, and part 4 is the business confidential information. I go very fast here is because you are not required to know all the detail, right? Why we want to follow this format? We want to follow this format so everybody gives us the same information, right? Whether you like it or not, you have to give me the same information. Without this information, I cannot determine whether the product is right, is safe or unsafe. So basically the form will look something like this. Sometimes the format can change it a bit, but it will look, you have to follow. Section 1 is the product information. Section 2 is what? Section 3 is what? So the whole information will look something like this. Right? The format can change, but the subheadings all cannot change. You see, this company come out this format, this company come out this format. But you look at the name, product code, then product name, then manufacturer, here manufacturer. So it's the same thing. So the format may change a bit, but the data is all the same, right? What is ICOP? What is the meaning of ICOP? Very good. SDS stands for? Safety data sheet. Right. Alright. Why we need to follow GHS? Global Harmonized System. Why we need to follow?
Standards.
Yes, good. Standardized throughout the world. Okay. We go into PPE. PPE is, of course, everybody know, personal protective equipment. That means you cannot share this type of equipment. It must be provided by the employer to the employee. If the employer said, I provide you the PPE but I potong your gaji, boleh tak? Tak boleh. It must be given to you FOC. Okay, this is what we call hierarchy of control. Hierarchy of control, alright, we go to Proton manufacturing cars. Like just now I say, the car is not dangerous, but the driver and the car is always dangerous. So, what is the hierarchy of control? Can we say, don't produce car, eliminate? That means we don't produce car anymore. Cannot. So we cannot say, because of it's dangerous, we don't make cars anymore. Cannot, right? So, when we have cars, we need petrol, right? But petrol industry very dangerous, ma. Every time got fire. Can we shut down all the what we call oil and gas industry? Cannot, because if we shut down the economy, also shut down, right? But now we are coming up with substitution. What is our substitute for cars? If we don't use fuel, we can use electric cars, right? So we don't burn gas that much anymore. Now we use EV. So you can see we substitute the car. Or can we go for isolation? Yes and no. But the cars, we can isolate it. That's why we can say the cars are traveling on the road. They cannot drive inside the house. If they are inside the house, the wall will be blocked. So certain place the car can go, certain place the car cannot go. But now isolation, we also talk about if I'm doing a lab here, biohazard, certain employees only can come in. That is also a control measure. Alright? So next thing is engineering control. What we do about cars? Now, yes, the safety feature. Now we got reverse camera, then we got blind spot, alarm system, all this. These safety features are called engineering control. Then we go to administrative control. What we control in a car? Administrative control. We control the driver, right? The driver must have a driving license. So the driving license, you need to go for tests, this and that. So that is administrative control. What is the PPE? Your safety belt, your airbag, right? You can say it's a feature, but it's still a PPE. But that one, of course, you cannot take out your own. It's in the car itself, right? But this is how we control all the what we call whole process. We cannot say straight away, oh, dangerous, keep the PPE solve the problem. No, PPE is always the last line of defense. Alright? First, we need to talk about how we can control. So, administrative control can also mean poster. At your staircase, the side, you should put one poster. Walk safely. Use handrail. So that poster is your admin control. Some factories you go in there, they put what? Safety first, right? Wow, very famous, very big, safety first, but never follow. But the word safety first is a admin control. Okay, the common one, common PPE is what? The helmet, the boots, hand glove, hearing aid, eye protection. Those are the common things. So PPE is always considered the what? Last line of defense. Alright? You need to identify the most suitable PPE in your operation. Alright? So if you work in industry where there's a lot of activity and a lot of overhead things moving around, you should have safety shoes, you should have helmets, all that. How you determine correct type of PPE, especially if you talk about noisy environment, how you determine the correct earplug. Is all the earplug the same or not? No, the earplug is not all the same. They got you need, before you can wear the earplug, actually you need to go for hearing test. But then the hearing test will tell you that how many dB you need to use. They also have the actual or recommendation for you to use. It's not simply when buy one to use. Who is responsible to provide PPE? Who's responsible to provide you with PPE? Yes, employer. So, the whole morning we go through, we talk about introduction to occupational safety and health. From the beginning we talk about definition, what is safety all about. Then we are talking about the promotion of safety and health. Why do you come to this type of training? It's because the company wants to promote the safety and health to you, make sure that you understand something. Then from this we can ensure the growth of safety awareness. And then of course we talk about legislation, perundangan. That means the law. Okay, what are the law involved? And then just now of course you can see there's a lot of law involved, depending which are the things that your industry requires. Not all the things that I write on there you need, but some of the things you definitely have to have. Right? Then we also talk about the philosophy and principles of the what they call occupational safety and health. Right? The three arrow we are talking about is one what? Self-regulation. And then of course we are talking about consulting with each other. Right? These factors come in because why? We need to know what we want to do, how we can help each other. Then we're looking at types of occupational diseases. The most common one is skin disease. Then from skin disease, how it happens with skin disease, as I explained, because we sweat a lot, then chemicals go to our body, we don't have time to clean. So these are things that involve the what you call skin disease factor. And then of course occupational hazard identification. So there is four major hazards we are looking at: physical hazard, chemical, biological, and the last one is what? psychosocial, right? So psychosocial, including, like I say, sexual harassment, bully at work. Believe it, in bigger companies, sometimes they have this type of thing happening. Right? Even in big companies, I work in multinational, also things happen. Right? Even we have very good HR or what you call infrastructure, still things can happen. Because why? Human is working. Right? And then after that, we are looking at class 2013. Class 2013, we are talking about GHS, the Global Harmonized System, where all the chemicals above 5 kg onwards have to meet certain criteria. Meaning, what kind of information they have to provide, right? So, but excluding certain things like cosmetic, things that we do in R&D, then we don't need to provide, right? Things that we do in R&D less than 5 kg, alright? Anything more than 5 kg also we still need to report. And finally, we are talking about personal protection equipment. Personal protection equipment, we are looking at who provide this equipment, and then what is the employee's responsibility. When the equipment is provided to you, you have to wear. You cannot give excuse and say that no lah, hot. Like earlier on, when we have this COVID, then everybody have to wear masks, right? What happened? A lot of complaint, right? Oh, I cannot breathe properly, all this funny nonsense come out. Then the next thing coming is that you don't wear mask, you cannot come in. Then suddenly everybody can breathe. So these are the things that we are looking into, right? And then sometimes, we tell a person nicely, it won't happen. So we force the thing to do. Like the COVID mask lah, right? You don't wear mask, you cannot go inside the bank. Then everybody wear mask. Now today, if you wear mask, it's common. People see, oh, maybe you have flu or what, or maybe you're protecting yourself. So I got no problem with it. Last time, if you wear mask, you go into the bank, the security guard say, "Hey, you book up," right? Now you wear mask, you go to the bank, the security guard say anything? No, isn't it? You just look, oh, mask, don't care. Last time you wear like that, ask you to open. Oh, you mau rompak saya lah, right? So look at the culture, how we move. So, anybody have any question for this at this point of time? So if no, very quiet, that means I assume no question, no answer lah. Alright, so thank you for your time today with us in the morning. So afternoon you have another session, right? So from there, I wish you all happy lunch. The lunch bayar sendiri, right? And then also happy what? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, right? Thank you.